This documentary examines a high-profile criminal investigation involving alleged theft, security failures, and disputed accounts. Some details remain unconfirmed, others are still under investigation. What follows is a reconstruction based on official statements, media reporting, and widely circulated claims, clearly identified where uncertainty remains. The Louvre, the most visited museum on Earth, a symbol of art, power, and protection. Millions pass through its doors each year, tourists, scholars, heads of state. But in 2025, reports began circulating that something priceless may have disappeared from inside its walls. Not overnight, not during a blackout, not with alarms, screaming, but quietly, efficiently, in minutes. If true, it would represent one of the boldest cultural thefts in modern history. The Louvre is not just a museum, it's a fortress disguised as a palace. Behind the marble halls and glass pyramids lies an invisible web of security, hundreds of cameras, motion detection systems, pressure-sensitive floors in restricted zones, private armed guards, and coordination with national police units. Certain galleries are protected at a level closer to a central bank than a museum. And some objects are so valuable they're rarely shown at all. Historic jewelry tied to French royalty, diamonds once worn by queens, emeralds gifted during dynastic alliances, ceremonial pieces that survived revolutions. Officially, access is limited to a small circle of curators and conservators. Unofficially, temporary exhibitions, conservation work, and internal transfers create brief moments where the system changes hands, moments where responsibility overlaps, moments where rules bend, and that's where this story begins. According to early media reporting, the incident allegedly occurred during normal operating hours. The museum was open, visitors moved freely, staff followed routine procedures. No alarms sounded, no lockdown was triggered, no emergency evacuation occurred. Later witness accounts described individuals dressed as maintenance or construction, staff pushing equipment carts near restricted corridors, high-visibility vests, toolboxes, clipboard checklists. The kind of presence people are trained not to question. Nothing unusual, nothing suspicious, until hours later. Curators conducting routine checks reportedly noticed something wrong. Display cases compromised, not smashed, not forced. Glass cut cleanly, locks bypassed with precision, and objects missing. This is where the story fractures. Authorities acknowledged that an internal investigation was launched. National law enforcement was notified. Certain galleries were temporarily restricted, and security protocols were reviewed. But some media outlets claimed much more, up to 8 historic jewelry pieces with an estimated value between 60 million and over 100 million euros, all allegedly tied to royal collections. However, the exact inventory, the precise value, and whether any objects were permanently removed all remain unconfirmed. French officials have not released a detailed public list. No itemized description, no photographs, no official valuation. That silence did something powerful. It fueled speculation. Investigators reportedly centered on one critical question. How do objects of that value leave without triggering immediate alarms? 2 dominant theories emerged. The first is insider facilitation. Not a mastermind, not a dramatic betrayal. Just someone who knew camera blind spots, shift changes, which alarms were temporarily disabled. And when monitoring responsibility shifted, a quiet enabler. Someone who didn't need to steal anything themselves, only make the path clear. The second theory is a procedural blind spot. A narrow window created by routine operations like exhibit transitions, maintenance periods, conservation transfers, or departmental handovers. No forced entry, no violence, no confrontation, just timing. Perfect timing. In the weeks that followed, media reports suggested that multiple individuals were questioned, some detained briefly, some released without charge. But here's what never happened. No public arrests, no formal indictments, no recovered items, and no official confirmation of loss. Authorities declined repeated requests for clarification. Statements were brief, carefully worded, and if items were taken, they disappeared into a world where stolen cultural assets rarely return, melted down, recut, sold through private collectors, or hidden indefinitely. High-value cultural thefts follow a familiar pattern. The items are too famous to sell publicly. Insurance negotiations restrict transparency. Institutions avoid panic or copycat crimes, and public disclosures are delayed or limited. Silence becomes strategy, but silence also breeds myth. Was the incident exaggerated? Was it minimized? Or was the truth somewhere in between? History suggests that when institutions stay quiet, the real story is often more complex than either side admits. So, what do we still not know? Were jewels actually stolen or quietly relocated? If taken, where are they now? Why has no full inventory ever been released? And if this could happen at the Louvre, what does that mean for other institutions? Museums built on trust, security systems designed by humans who make mistakes. The Louvre still stands, visitors still line up, glass cases still gleam beneath museum lights. But somewhere between what was shown and what was never said, a mystery remains. Because sometimes, the most powerful crimes aren't the ones that explode into headlines. They're the ones that disappear quietly. Subscribe to Criminal Verse, where every crime hides a story.